Sometimes media is just media, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's more. As a therapist, one of my favorite things to do sometimes is to look online and see how different people will represent things like depression, anxiety, PTSD through art, music, stuff like that. And a recent one that I saw that I really liked and wanted to talk about was the depiction of things like depression, anxiety, and trauma from the new movie Thunderbolts from Marvel. So, spoilers if you haven't seen it, stop watching. But if you have, or you just want to hear about this, keep listening. So, in the movie, when Bob becomes the Void and he blasts people into those shame rooms, you get an idea of what it can be like living with depression, anxiety, PTSD, those reoccurring thoughts, those memories, things that have happened again and again and again in your mind. The difference between reality and what is shown in the movie is that a lot of times people who have depression and anxiety or PTSD, they don't get blasted to a void, obviously. So those shame rooms that we see in the movie, those are kind of always there. They may be smiling, they may be interacting at, dinner or out with a group of friends, but behind the scenes, what could be going on in their mind is those shame rooms, reliving those things over and over again. The good thing is that you don't have to live in those shame rooms. Going to therapy, working with somebody else, talking about these experiences, journal writing, things like that are all good ways to break out of those shame rooms, process, those past events, those worries, those repetitive thoughts, and move towards getting better. That's also what the movie shows, is that you're not as alone as you think you are, and there is a way out. It can just sometimes take time and also the right people and the right situations to find that way out.